Welcome everyone to episode 99 of This Week in Geek. My name is Ren Geekness, and I am joined by my co-host. It's been a long time since I said this, Zach Pope. How are you doing today, Zach?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We have a good topic today. It looks like some good questions. Just a chill morning here, man.
Controversial topic, turns out.
Is it? I don't know. I haven't been on social media.
According to Twitter, it's very controversial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
not many
you'll
people...
have to tell me a little bit more about this because
and so I shall.
Okay.
Of course, besides myself and Zach, you guys are here today. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're joining us right now live, whether you're listening to us on the repeat on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast from, or just watching the replay on YouTube. In case you're new to This Week in Geek, first of all, thank you for joining us. And second, the show has basically 3 segments. Number 1, me, Zach, and then you guys watching us live on the live chat will drop your weekly ranking. That's where we rank everything we watched this past week from the worst to the best. And following that, we dive into our main topic. That's the thumbnail. That's the topic that's on the thumbnail. That's on the title. That's what you see when you go to the community tab to leave your questions for the third topic, for the third segment of the show, rather, where we answer your questions. Of course, we may not always get to all of your questions, but if you want to guarantee your questions answered, you always have the super chat feature or the tip link in the description. So without any further ado, Zach, do you want to get us started? Because we've missed you here on the show for a while. Do you want to kick off with your weekly ranking?
Yeah. So I have been watching a lot since the last time I was here, but I'm not going to go over everything. That would be too much. I do want to shout out one movie though, Babes. If people have not watched it yet, it is on Hulu. I watched it about 2 weeks ago. It is a really solid comedy, dramedy of some sorts, but it was very good. I was very surprised. I wasn't expecting much, but it was pretty damn good. So my weekly ranking, coming in last place is Alvin and the Chipmunks. Why did I put it on? I don't know. I just needed a Christmas movie and I didn't want to pay attention. And
is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, because they sing the Christmas song. So It is a Christmas movie technically, and it was in the collection. So it's not a good movie. There is a line where he says, "I'm P. Diddy with fur," and I took that away and forgot about that.
Wow,
since I was a kid. So
that's aged.
It did not. Dude, this movie does not age well.
I don't think it came out well. To be fair,
to be honest, as a kid, I really liked it though. So, it's like a piece of shit that I just hold cherishly for Alvin. Anyways, after that, I would put up The Gray Man. This is a movie that I actually really enjoy. I'm in the minority. I guess you are as well. I want a sequel. This movie should have been rated R. It was initially rated R, and then Netflix came in and chopped that fucker up. Don't understand why, but I liked it. Up next is Unstoppable. Now, this one is about Anthony Robles. I might be mispronouncing that, but he is a wrestler from Arizona. This is produced by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It comes out here next week, but it comes out everywhere. It starts rolling out next week, but it comes out later. But it's a sports biopic about a wrestler that was born with one leg and kicked a bunch of ass. Jarrell Jerome, J-Lo is in this. And I was a little hesitant going into this because I hadn't heard the best things about the film. But there's a lot of factors to it of why we wanted to watch it. My wife knows the family. She went to the same high school that he went to. There's all these things. She's been following this movie being this movie is supposed to be made with The Rock 8 years ago. So it's been in development for ever. And they sent the viewing link for voting, and we watched it, and it was good. It was really good. Now we have that personal attachment to it, so that might affect a little bit of it, but what this movie reminded me of, and I think everyone kind of reminds us, around the early 2000s, we had a ton of sports biopics, a ton of them, football, basketball, whatever it may be, and we don't get a lot of those anymore. This is a very by-the-books sports biopic with a phenomenal performance by Jarrell Jerome. And yeah, I was really surprised by it overall. I recommend checking it out. Again, it's not the most mind-blowing thing, but it is an inspirational story that, again, you've probably seen before, but with good performances, it works. Up next after this, we have Moana 2, which seems to be everyone hating on. And I went into this not excited for the movie. Trailers look good, but PTSD from old school Disney sequels made me go, oh, this is going to be a TV movie. This is not going to be great. And you can feel where the episode should have been. Like, absolutely. Like, when this scene ended, I was like, that's the end of the episode. When this ended, I was like, that seems like the end of an episode. And I could see where they built it. And then you can definitely tell midway through production that they're like, no, this should be a movie. And the whole back half I thought was phenomenal. First half, solid, good. Back half, amazing. So I'm a fan of Moana too. Fuck off if you're not.
Amen.
Up next, Moana, 5 out of 5. Or sorry, We Live in Time. I guess I spoiled my number one for the week. We Live in Time. Rewatched it. Really good. My wife liked it. And then number one for the week is Moana. Rewatched it. Very, very solid movie. Very solid movie.
All right, everyone. I don't have. Well, you must have had what 5, 6 movies on there. I have 5 because I think the last time we did it, because we didn't do a show last week, but 2 weeks ago I still talked about Heretic. I believe
I need to watch it.
One of my favorite films of the year.
I have the screener. I have the screener.
Watch it then. It's
I might try and watch it today.
So good. But we're gonna start.
Is it can you real fast? What kind of horror is it? I'm trying to. I think my wife will watch it, but is it dumb in any way? Dumb in any way?
No, it's one of the smartest scripts of the entire year.
Okay.
Overall, horror or not, it's so I would say like even before it becomes a horror, like it's more of a thriller for like the first half. It only really becomes because like you've seen the trailer. It only becomes a horror once they decide which door to go down through. Because he sets up the belief, disbelief. Up until then, it's a very tight, suspenseful, smart thriller. But that's all that is. Only once they go through those doors, it becomes a horror. So half of it is a thriller, great thriller. Half of it is a great horror.
Okay.
So in last place this week, we're going to have Netflix's Spellbound. Have you heard of this? Have you watched it? Probably not. Kind of sucks. It reminded me of the Skydance movie that came out a few years ago, Luck, where everyone was like, oh, this is awful. I don't think this movie's awful. I didn't think Luck was awful. I think these movies are so aggressively generic and
aren't these John Lasseter films?
Luck was. This one is not. But this one was like delayed for a year. It's just so aggressive. Oh, I've seen this before, and there's no flavor to it that stands out. So it's 2 movies that are just not interesting enough to be terrible. They're just generic and forgettable. That's what they are. On top of that, I have said this many times on the show. I have said this many times outside of the show, that Robert Zemeckis needs a win. And right now he still needs it because I watched Here, the film where the gimmick is
Welcome to Morrowind.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No. That was a terrible movie. I'm sorry.
Great movie. 10 out of 10.
See, I would kind of believe you enjoy it, but the moment you say 10 out of 10, I know you're joking.
So if I pull up my Blu-ray, you're not going to believe me?
No, I believe you may like it. I don't believe you think it's a 10 out of 10.
Can I be honest with you? Mm-hmm. It's not a good movie. But it is a movie that made me go, oh, we could have small soldiers again.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree. I don't know what Here tells you. Here maybe tells you, oh, we could all be windows in a movie. I've never felt so trapped in such... And believe me, this hurts me to say about Robert Zemeckis. It is one of the most lifeless movies I have ever seen. Because you follow this family who lives in this one house. Out of order, by the way. There's also this other family that I don't know what they're supposed to be. If they're before the Tom Hanks family, if they are in the house after the Tom Hanks family. You go back to the time of the dinosaurs, to the time before the British invaded America and colonized it. You go back to the 1920s, you go back to the 1800s, and there's no point to any of it. So it's a movie that has all these. Oh, I can see how that could work in something, but it doesn't work here because it's just nothing besides the very first theoretical concept of an idea that they just chuck into the film. So don't waste your time on this one. Is
I'm gonna watch
my
it first day it comes out on streaming. I'm gonna watch it.
Next, I'm going to have Wicked. This was so good. Like so good. As someone who loves the stage musical, who's seen the stage musical, who thinks the stage musical peaks before the intermission with Defying Gravity, one thing this film did very well was making this first half feel like a full story. It doesn't feel like it's a part one of. Obviously, it is a part one of two, but you know what's most surprising about Zach just sent me something on the private chat. What's funniest about that is that it's 7 a.m. where you are.
Yeah.
Your mind is already working.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's 8 a.m. here.
8 a.m. Okay,
I didn't tell you the difference because I was like, "Fuck it, I'll sleep." but you can definitely tell I'm sleep deprived. But
yeah, Wicked is great. I think it needed to do a lot more with its supporting characters. Given how much it expends on the world and on the runtime, this film is as long as the full stage show is. And again, they made it feel like a real story. So to me, they justify the runtime overall. It is. I think I told this to you, Zach. I certainly talked about it in my review. It's a good movie for the most part, and then you have the ballroom scene.
That seems
and
amazing.
From that scene onwards, now again, that scene comes about over an hour into the film, I believe. But once that scene happens, everything afterwards clicks. Ariana Grande is not dead-eyed anymore. Elphaba is not just doing the beats from the show because they are the beats from the show, and I assume from the book because I haven't read the book. That scene just changes.
Dude, you haven't seen the differences of the book?
No.
Dude, they're bad. Like it's like almost night and day like difference.
There you go. They're probably more faithful to the stage show. And having seen the stage show, it is exactly the stage show, even though it takes a little bit longer to get done. But it is perhaps a little bit too faithful. On top of that, Moana 2. This is a really, really good movie. I don't get liking it. I don't even feel the TV-ness. I feel like you can see what kind of story they would have told on TV and how they were like, hold up, Bob Chapek was fucked in the head. This should be cinematic. This should be a movie. Also, I've seen many complaints. I can assure everyone watching right now or listening right now, Matangi, the Bat Lady, she was not in the TV show. That's all I'm going to say. She was not in the TV show at all.
She was cool. She was really cool.
She was cool. Mid-credit scene, that's great. It feels like we're finally building to a Moana franchise, which is what we should have done from the start. I will say this, as someone who really enjoys Moana 2, and I didn't end up rewatching Moana, but I rewatched the original Moana this year when I was flying over to meet this gentleman right here. And it's a 5 out of 5. It's one of the greatest Disney movies of all time. Moana 2 is not that, but it is a solid entry into the Disney canon. And it is a sequel that we should have gotten long ago because Moana needs to be a franchise. I don't know what Disney's so afraid of to make franchises out of their movies.
I think when 3 comes out, because they're going to do a third one. It's making so much money. They're going to do a third one.
I think, Zach, and hopefully I don't jinx us, and I mean us as Moana fans, I think they're just waiting on how much money they're making on the first weekend, and on Monday, maybe even tomorrow, they announce a Moana 3 is coming.
What year? I think 2028.
And the 2028 seems about right.
Frozen 3 is 2027. Yep. Moana 3 for 2028. Frozen 4 the 2029.
Frozen Endgame in 2029. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
So,
I
but
think
I
so.
agree with you. I don't know why Disney Animation has been so afraid to make sequels. Like the last what era is it technically?
The Renaissance.
Is this the Renaissance still?
Oh, this right now. I think this is the revival
Okay,
era.
so the revival, I don't
Mhm.
get why it's always been so like Big Hero 6, no fucking sequel.
What's up with
Wreck-It
that?
Ralph sequel took forever to come out,
Yep.
and then it was
6
very
years.
dated at that point.
8 years for Moana. 6 years for
Moana,
Frozen, and Frozen is
Frozen,
like,
yeah,
how
Frozen
do you
should have
take
been right off the
6
bat.
years to make a Frozen sequel?
Zootopia's next year.
Again, Moana and Zootopia are kind of the same because they came in the Bob Chapek era. When they announced those TV shows, I was like, why are you not making movies?
Yeah,
Why are you
and
not making money out of this?
and like that's another thing is that like Princess and the Frog, like how they're doing that show.
Yeah.
I really wonder if that's gonna be a movie eventually. Like if
Mm,
that's why they haven't said any. It just got its own ride,
yeah.
literally at Disneyland. So it's hand drawn.
I think Princess and the Frog will stay TV only because it didn't make that much money. I'm not saying the movie's good or the movie's bad, but the
Yeah,
truth is, one
it
way or
didn't
the
make a
other,
lot,
it didn't
but
make a
maybe
lot.
things change.
And that's why they kind of pivoted from then on to 3D animation. Again, not saying they should. I would have loved if Disney proper
Were you
kept doing
a
2D.
Wish? I can't remember. Were you a fan? Were you one of the ones that
I
liked it?
liked Wish.
I like
Yeah,
Wish too.
I
Yeah,
liked Wish.
yeah. I like the star. I like the star.
Yeah, the star was fun. And moving on from 1 to 2, let's go to my number one. Guys, you know I was a fan of Smile. I'm an even bigger fan of Smile 2. Smile 2 is fucking metal. I love
Biased opinion here,
this movie.
guys.
Oh no, you
He's
didn't like
giving.
Smile 2?
I thought it was fine.
I thought it was so Naomi's. Why are we not seeing
Oh,
Naomi Scott in
Naomi's
more
amazing.
movies?
Naomi's amazing in it.
Look, I don't know if it's a choice she makes. To be fair, if it is, she doesn't want to make that many movies a year. Whatever. She's an incredible singer. I'm sure she has other outlets that compartmentalize her job. But I just want to see this woman at least once a year in a big movie. Because she should be a star. She should be talked about as much as Florence Pugh, Saoirse Ronan,
I agree.
Anya
Yeah.
Taylor-Joy. Up and coming actresses. She should be one of those names that are on top of many, many lists.
Naomi
So
Scott
Smile
for Dune 3.
2. Yes.
I don't know who
Yes.
should play, but
Naomi Scott for the next Christopher Nolan movie. Or if you want to go by my fan casting that I did a few years ago, Naomi Scott for Jean Grey. I'm just saying.
that'd be a good pick.
And if your only excuse for her not to be Jean Grey is because she's not white, then fuck you. All right. Next, let's go into the weekly rankings that are on the live chat. So far, only one. So this is the last warning to drop your weekly ranking. Otherwise, we are going to have to move on to the main topic. And Eric Thorpe Reviews comes in with Lost Season 6. I don't know what to do in my life now that I'm done with this show. I watched episode 1 and I guessed the ending. I was in 6th grade and I watched it in an English class. And this is when the show was coming out. So the ending hadn't even happened. I don't think season 2 had even happened at that point. Hello, Pikachu with a lightsaber. Is that a lightsaber? Is that Pikamal? That's
same as
Pikamal.
Darth Vader.
Okay. Oh, Darth Vader. Okay, sorry. Number 2, Wicked. Number 3, Peaky Blinders, which I still have to start.
Such a good series. You got to start the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Now.
And number 4, Gladiator 2, which is high above Wicked. Personally speaking, well, not high above Wicked.
I would put it above Wicked.
I would put it above Wicked. It's just not. Bless you. It's just not that high above Wicked because I really enjoyed both of these films. All right, everyone. From then on,
you enjoyed Wicked for one reason more than the other.
No, not the reason you sent me. No. It does have Jeff Goldblum. That always garners you points.
I gotta say, him as the Wizard was a really good pick. I was not a fan when they announced his casting, but really surprised me. Like I was he's gonna be a little too goofy with it, but I thought he
just feels like the Wizard in real life.
Yeah.
And he's going viral on Twitter because he was making an ad for one of the big cinema chains here, Cineworld, and the way he says Cineworld. And the way he says foyer,
Funny.
It's so funny. Like everyone's going, okay, now that's how we have to pronounce it because Jeff Goldblum said it. At first, there were some people who were like, "Oh, he can't even pronounce it right." You don't hire Jeff Goldblum to pronounce things normally. Like,
No.
what
I
is
want
wrong
him
with
to
you?
say my name for my ringtone.
Zach
Pick up the
Popa. All right. From then on, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is a man you all know I have loved for many years.
He's a man who pees in bottles on sets.
He's a man who pees in bottles on sets, as long as it's fast, as long as he respects everyone's privacy. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Off-putting? Sure. Wrong? I don't know. He's a man I've adored at least for 23 years because he was in professional wrestling. Then he became one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. He does a lot of kind of movies that I really enjoy. He's probably going to show up tonight at Survivor Series. So if you're watching Survivor Series, keep an eye out for that, which is so funny because Moana 2 just came out, but he is the baddest of bad guys in wrestling. He is the villain in wrestling. So it's really funny to see him juggle Red 1 and Moana 2 and now this final boss character that he's doing in the WWE. And over the last week, when Wicked was coming out, now Moana 2 is coming out, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I believe in an interview, excuse me, he said that people should feel free to sing in movie theaters because they've paid their hard-earned money. It's a musical. Cynthia Erivo essentially said the same thing, like, we've been singing them to ourselves for years. Yeah, sing in the cinema. Guys, there's this amazing thing. The Prince Charles cinema does it over here. I'm sure everyone watching in the States, there's theaters that do this. There's these things called sing-along versions. I went to a Greatest Showman screening of this one time.
That I went to one too.
It was
awesome.
amazing. It was incredible. If you're going to a sing-along version, hell yeah! Sing your heart out. Everyone else is going to do it. That's what you're going there for. It's the same thing as going to a concert. You know what it is not? It's not the same thing as going to a regular screening. Because if I pay my money to see a movie in a screening, is because I don't want distractions. I want to see the movie. I want to hear the movie. If you're on your phone, if you're talking to your friends, if you're singing, if you're feeling free to sing, I'm going to feel free to punch you in the mouth so you can find out how your teeth taste. I'm just saying. Please do not sing, because turns out this is a very controversial topic, as well as the topic of piracy. And when you just have
I've seen the piracy stuff.
Yeah.
That shit's.
Yeah. I got some comments on that.
I saw the L.
Like, is that how you in 5th grade? This is Twitter. You can do better with your insults. Come on.
You can say anything on Twitter and get away with it.
Yeah, you can. Like, why are they not saying it? I was disappointed with the insults I got, if I'm honest. So yeah, do not sing at movie theaters, please. Otherwise, I will do like The Rock did one time to Triple H on Raw, and as The Rock is doing on the thumbnail for this video, and I will say, "Shut up, bitch," because you are bothering everyone around you. It costs you nothing to be a decent human being who uses logic and respects that you're not the center of the universe and you're in a room surrounded by other people who don't care about you, who don't know you, and who did not pay to listen to you. They pay to witness the work of thousands of people. From directors to actors to writers, producers, the crew, the set designers, the costume designers, the editors, the sound, the Foley artists, the sound people, the camera crew, everyone who works so hard on this film, on whatever film it is, does not deserve to have that experience tarnished and detracted from by your very good or very bad singing ability. Even though, let's face it, most people that are trying to hit that final note of Defying Gravity are failing miserably.
I
That
can
doesn't mean
absolutely hit it.
sure. That and I'm not saying you suck because you can't hit that note. That note
No.
is fucking hard to hit. It's up there, my friend.
Can you try it right now?
No, I will not be able to do it.
I want to add a little 2 cents to this.
Please do.
I agree for the most part. I don't get why it's like I don't know, like I don't know why it started with Wicked. Like no one did it with Cats.
No, well.
but like seriously, like Greatest Showman, like when I went to the sing-along version, people sang when people weren't. I mean, it really is a Wicked thing because I've only seen it once. I saw it at the press screening, but like there were a lot of influencers there and they were singing.
I will say this: I did not get a press screening invite for this one. Thank you, Universal UK. They don't watch the show.
You don't know that.
No,
you're gonna say that now, and then someone's gonna click on this video.
Universal UK, if you watch this show, send me an email. Prove me wrong. I don't know why it is with Wicked either, because I wasn't at the press screening. I went to a regular screening at the IMAX last Saturday with my mom while she was visiting. And
did she like it?
She really liked it, even though she doesn't understand a lot of English. But it was a musical, so a lot of times they just sang. As long as she likes the songs, it's cool. And nobody sang. Everyone they laughed when there were jokes, obviously, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what screenings people are going to. My sister, though, she went to a 10 o'clock showing, and she said, like,
10
it was
a.m.
the worst.
Or p.m.
10 p.m.
p.m.
She said it was the worst audience she's ever had.
At that time of night, it makes sense.
Like, you want me to read it? I saved the message. Let me see. It's funny.
Let me go for my phone as well.
All right, you ready, Ren?
Yes.
I swear to God, no one has any fucking audience or movie theater etiquette anymore. Every time Ethan Slater came on the screen, everyone kept going, "Oh my God, it's Ariana Grande's boyfriend." These stupid bitches next to me would say, "Oh my God, he's ugly. Wow, he's so ugly. Wow, he's so ugly." And then when Defying Gravity started, you know what? The one song I'm waiting for this entire time since I love the Broadway play, and it's the best fucking song ever. That's when everyone just decides they want to get up, and some people started moving and fucking singing and all this stuff. It's the last fucking song. Shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and let's watch it. Oh, and then for some reason, someone decided to bring their 4 or 5-year-olds, and they were just running around at the last song, ruining Defying Gravity. But oh my God, the last 10 minutes, I think I became a new person from watching Defying Gravity.
I am so sorry that happened.
Right? Dude, I cannot. When she texted me that I was like, what the fuck?
That is,
I'd be so pissed. I would have told people. I would have started. I probably would have just. I mean, by that point, it's too late. But
that's okay.
I
did not. I'm because you mentioned her boyfriend was in the film, and I'm like, I didn't know she had a boyfriend. I didn't know he was in the film, and I did not expect him to be.
Oh, you don't know the drama? You don't know the drama on this?
No, I don't know anything.
Do you want to know the drama?
Sure.
So when it's kind of been disproven, but at a point in time when it came out that they were dating, a lot of people were saying that she was still married and he was still married with his wife who had just had her kid, and that they started dating. That's been disproven.
Okay.
He was divorced. She was divorced.
I did not know she had been married.
You didn't know she was married?
No. Yeah. The last thing I heard about anything from her personal life was when she was dating Pete Davidson. That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's how much I care.
Also, do you know Zootopia 2 comes out the same day as Wicked Part 2? There's no way that sticks, right? There's no way that sticks.
No.
Which one do you think? Because they're both going to be big.
Yeah, it has to be Zootopia. You got to move Zootopia. Because Wicked is going to be on the hype train. Wicked Part 1 is already making a shitload of money.
That'll be the first time Disney has to move from Thanksgiving weekend.
Because they waited too fucking long to release the sequel to Zootopia, which made $1 billion and won the best animated picture
I saw
award
that
at the
movie
Academy Award.
like 7 times in theaters.
I saw that movie. I saw it twice at
Dude,
least.
I love Zootopia
It came out on my
so
birthday
much.
that year.
It's so good. It came out in March.
Came out in March. Well, at least in Portugal it did. But I went to see it in February. I had an advance screening in the final week of February. But it came out on March.
I'm gonna
7th.
look it up out here because I wonder when it did. Oh, it was March out here too.
Oh, it was March. Okay, there you go.
Which makes sense because my birthday is also in March, so that's why I saw it. So.
Exactly.
So there must have been another Disney movie this year.
Inside, but that's Pixar. No, when Zootopia came out, it was Moana. Both came out in 2016.
Oh yeah.
One at the beginning of the year.
Zootopia up to March.
Yeah,
it made $1 billion. No, wait, March is stacked. Move it somewhere else.
Move it closer to Christmas. Make it a Christmas movie.
Yeah, push Avatar back again.
Why are you making it a Thanksgiving movie? The rest of the world doesn't do Thanksgiving. Make it Christmas. The rest of the world does Christmas. Move it to Christmas.
Everyone's gonna do Wicked now.
Yeah. Anyway, so moving on, because we do agree clearly overall on the singing in movie theaters. What about piracy? What about piracy, Zach?
I think it's okay to take pictures in this theater.
Oh, okay.
I think make it like a concert. Why not? You know. No. No, if you're not at home, well, first off, if you're watching Wicked at home right now, you're doing something illegal unless you're a voting critics member from the Oscars that somehow got a screening link. I don't even think they're doing screening links for
and
this
look,
movie.
and look, if you are doing it, you do what you want to with your own time. We're just saying, don't put it out there on Twitter.
Can I add something?
It's not a brag. It's not a flex.
So this is from Universal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Universal, why do you claim all the videos with trailers, but you don't go on Twitter and go after the people who are literally pirates? Like, they are watching it on their laptop.
Yep. A cam-recorded version.
You could literally find them.
Yeah.
For more money than my YouTube video would give you.
You can get a whole lot of money by arresting all of those people.
Universal, we are giving you ideas.
Yeah. And we've already given them a lot of ideas for movies. Now we're just helping them out in real life.
Yeah.
So,
trash.
Guys, please do not sing in movie theaters. Please don't put it out there publicly that you're pirating shit. Do what you want in your own time. If you have to pirate if you feel like you have to pirate for whatever reason, look, I'm not the police. I don't care that much to stop you, but just don't put it out there. Respect other people. Don't be an ass. Do not sing in movie theaters. And please, if you're trying to argue for the favor of singing in movie theaters, please, I just say this for your own good, get a brain. One that functions, please. All right, everyone. With that out of the way, let's move on to my personal favorite part of the show, and that's where we answer your questions. So let us get started, and I'm going to get us started, Zach, because I know at least the first one is a wrestling question for
I can answer this one. No, I know what the Survivor Series is. You want to know my predictions?
Yes.
The Rock is going to beat everybody there. He's going to smack them down and beat them down.
He's not fighting. He's just showing up as a surprise.
No. That's the surprise. He's going to show up and beat everyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the surprise. He's going to be there, but then he's going to hop.
Who is he wrestling against? Do you know?
I have no idea. That's the thing. It's a Survivor Series. We got to see who survives to get
there. Now these days it has a subtitle. It's Survivor Series War Games, which is a very cool concept for a match. Now I'm going to go full nerd on you. It's where you have two rings right next to each other, and you have a cage that covers both rings.
Oh, so this is straight Spider-Man.
This is straight. Well, Spider-Man took it from WCW. And you have two teams of 5 people fighting inside this cage where everything goes.
I could do it.
And you have the OG bloodline comprised of Roman Reigns, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and Sami Zayn, along with surprise 5th member, CM Punk
Punk. I know who that fucker is.
fighting against the new bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, who is insane.
Yeah. See, if I was in wrestling, I think I could do this, but here's what I would do. I would come out in the tights and everything like that, but I would hide like a very small paintball gun in my butt. And when I go to fight, man,
just hide it under the ring.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be better. But I was like thinking,
or if you're a bad guy, have a manager with you, and the manager just carries it all the time until you need it.
See, well, I'm gonna need it right away because the second someone slams me, I'm gonna want to pull it out.
And then you lose by disqualification immediately.
That should not be a disqualification.
You have to wait.
If everything goes, everything goes.
No, in this one specific kind of match, everything goes. But on a week-to-week basis.
Oh, see? I should be a part of the Survivor Series. Just the one-time match.
I think the current bloodline, Solo Sikoa's bloodline, wins. But I think Roman Reigns and the OG bloodline should win. Then we have Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest. Gunther wins this. It's not time for him to lose. Damian Priest is not the guy that should beat Gunther. Then we have the other War Games match. Rhea Ripley, the love of my life. Bianca Belair, Naomi, not Naomi Scott, just Naomi. Io Sky and Bayley versus Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. You all know who I'm rooting for. It's the Rhea Ripley team, and that team should win. And yes, both babyface teams should win this year. Then we have Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. And this is going to be a barn burner. This is going to be a banger. These guys are going to absolutely murder each other in that ring. I cannot wait to see it. But Braun Breaker is retaining. He should retain, just like Gunther. It's not time for him to lose. It is Sheamus who should win it from Braun Breaker, but that's WrestleMania. That's not happening right now. That shouldn't happen right now. And then we have LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And this is a tricky one because, again, LA Knight should not lose. However, Shinsuke Nakamura is only fighting for this championship because he just came back. He had a gimmick change. He's now a bad guy, but he should not win. I just hope that however LA Knight wins, it doesn't hurt Shinsuke Nakamura too much. And if Shinsuke Nakamura wins, I'm going to be curious as to what the plan is because I don't think that's the right decision at all. All right. Next question. We have... hang on. Lost my...
Any WWE merch suggestions? I just bought a CM Punk hoodie in the top you have. Nathan Holton.
I want to buy so many pieces of merch because the problem with WWE is not just good, as better than it's ever been right now. The merch as well. There's a lot of really good merch. Cody Rhodes has about 3 great t-shirts right now. The Bloodline has great t-shirts. CM Punk has great t-shirts. Rhea Ripley has... I still don't have a Rhea Ripley shirt, sadly.
I don't like her.
Yes, you do. You have to. Otherwise, we're not friends anymore.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
There's a lot we disagree on.
No. I know. I'm not saying we can't disagree. I'm saying we can't disagree on Rhea Ripley. You can't hate her.
Okay.
So I don't have any. Buy any one of the 3 awesome Cody Rhodes t-shirts that are on sale right now. I don't know because that's my guy. So I'm gonna.
He still got the belt.
Say, give him money
right now.
What's that?
He still got the belt right now?
Yes, he does.
Do you think he'll have it for a while?
Oh, for a long while. Yeah. At least
until I get to come into the ring with my gun.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. With a paintball gun. He's gonna be thwarted by a paintball gun.
I'm gonna be like Art the Clown. Like, you know when he just gets frustrated and just pulls out.
All right, take us into the next question. I'll be right back.
Nathan Holton, thoughts on Robert Pattinson joining Nolan's movie? Very, very excited for this. I heard a little bit ago that he was going to be in this, but you don't know if it's like actually going to happen or not. until it's actually announced. And I'm really happy that Christopher Nolan has brought back Robert Pattinson. But from what I have talked with some people, it is not a major role. It will be significant, but it's kind of, from what I understand, same thing with Zendaya. Both of their roles are prominent, important, but not necessarily huge. This is Tom Holland. From my understanding, I think from what I understood, Tom Holland, Matt Damon, and Anne Hathaway are the main characters. But we'll see what actually turns out. And the more and more I hear about it, I heard through the grapevine, I'll say it here because no one, Universal ain't watching this. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I heard it is a horror film. I heard it is a horror film.
Okay.
That's what I heard. What day? Monday. Monday would be the day I heard it. I was driving home and my friend called me and we were just catching up for a bit because I had like a 35-minute drive home from Moana. And he's like, "Hey, you want to hear something I heard?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's pretty reliable. He said Nolan's new film is a horror film. I don't know if it's psychological, straightforward. It's probably not, but he goes, from my understanding, it is based off a book, and we will see if that turns out to be true or not. So yeah, thoughts on Robert Pattinson?
Cool with Robert Pattinson. He's already done Nolan before, but that's not the most exciting one, guys. Charlize Theron is.
Oh yeah, they did. I missed that. Yeah,
that combo, Charlize
so
Theron working with Nolan. Are you joking?
I wish low-key. I hope she's like a main character.
Oh, 100%.
Like main.
100%. I just, it's one of those like it never.
What's one actor that has not worked with Nolan yet that you really want to
Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah, that's a good pick. I had two other ones, but that's like
Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, Russell Crowe. I would love to see Russell Crowe working with
Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
and Henry Cavill.
Oh my God, yes.
But you know what I was really wanting when I had all these theories, like after Tenet was made, I was like, fuck, man, make a Tenet 2, make it in the future, have Denzel play, like find a way to have Denzel and John David Washington have to work, like, and they're playing the same character. The same character.
Nice.
Do it. Okay. Universal, let him make Tenet 2.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
All right. Okay. Nathan Holton. Zach, will you be doing another episode for your podcast soon?
Yes, probably in January. So I'll be a little canon on here. I wasn't really liking where it was going. There were certain things that I really enjoyed, and then other days I wasn't fully enjoying it. And I kind of pulled my podcast host aside and I said, I feel like you guys aren't into this as much as I am, at least, and we kind of came to a decision that like, we have a new idea. It'll be under the same name, I think, but I don't want to get too far into it because we might change the idea, but we were a lot more passionate about doing this, but the podcast concept that I had prior, I still like. I just might change and actually bring it over to my channel instead. And I might bring one of my other friends on to just do that one because the other two, they watch movies and TV when they can. But, they're all nerdy and different things. So I'm hoping we'll have an announcement somewhat in January of like what we're trying to do and then kind of go from there. But I wanted them engaged too. And I feel like if you're not engaged during the podcast, then why the fuck are we doing it? And I understood, sometimes I have to talk about movies and movies that they haven't seen. And we're not really having a great conversation like me and Ren can have about the thing I sent him over the private chat. So
there's no conversation to be had about that.
What stays in the private chat stays in the private chat.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it will come. I promise. Thank you for asking. Thank you for supporting. I like really do mean that. I have like quite a few things coming up. There's also another reason that we haven't done the podcast and the reason I haven't been here, which if you follow me on social media, I'll just say it, like me and my wife had a kid. It's not like official on my YouTube channel yet. I have a video that I'm making for it, which is 50 movies I can't wait to show my kid one day. Nice. I filmed it 3 months ago. I've still not finished it.
Treasure Planet better be on there.
It is. It's on there. That's why it's 50. Because I had it 20 initially, but then like once I was making my list, I was like, and I still missed out on movies. I still missed movies. Like when I was in the middle of filming, I forgot, Pulp Fiction. I don't have any Tarantino films on here. Like I don't even have any Denis Villeneuve films because I was thinking like through my childhood, what did my dad show me type of stuff? What would I want to put down to my kids? So like Predator is somewhere on there. Austin Powers is somewhere on there, but
when he turns
so that's
1,
coming
you're
soon.
gonna watch Predator.
Huh?
When he turns 1, you're gonna watch Predator.
I did show him something, even though he can't really see, because I guess infants can't see. But I was watching something that was very R-rated, that I can talk about on Monday.
Okay, tell me in the private chat.
And then yeah. So there's that.
Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting.
Very gory.
But
and it's funny because I woke up before my
gory.
wife, and I had him, and I'm sitting on the couch like watching it on TV, and something happens, and she walks right in on it, and there's all this gore, and I have a picture of his face, and his eyes are just like. It's probably the colors because it's a really colorful scene, but it was fun.
You'll have to show me the picture once we're out.
Yeah. I gotta find the picture and then I'll send it to you because it's fucking hilarious.
All right. Next up, it's your turn to read it out, and you're
Lady Aaron. Thoughts on the new Sonic 3 trailer that we got over the week? I didn't watch it. Don't want to know anything. I just hope that Shadow the Hedgehog gets a ton of fucking guns during the film.
You already know I don't watch any trailers besides the first one, so obviously I also didn't watch it. All right. Next up, Lady Aaron. If you saw what Margot Robbie said about Babylon over the week, saying that she loves and doesn't understand why it didn't do well at the time, what are your thoughts on that? Agree or disagree with Margot on what she said? Obviously, I think it goes without needing to be answered if I agree or disagree, because you all know how much I love Babylon. Yeah, she's right. I don't get it either. To this day, it's still a masterpiece. It's a brilliant film, brilliantly made. It's one of those films that I'm very comfortable in calling a masterpiece. And don't worry, I'm not one of those people that immediately as I get out of the theater, I call something a masterpiece. It's a term I personally use very carefully. But Babylon is one of those films. Zach?
I love Babylon. It's my New Year's tradition to watch it now. That's like what I came up with this year.
Tradition.
So it's a good tradition.
You know what's been a tradition the past 2 years? Like the first film that I watched this year, the first film that I watched in 2023, Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, it's a great one. You know what's funny? I've not watched it since it came home.
Dude,
I don't want to.
Went to see it last month, September. It was the ending of September. The live orchestra where Tom Cruise just shows up on stage out of nowhere. Yeah. Incredible. That film is, and it might just be Tom Cruise's best film and best performance. I don't care. Go argue.
I think I agree on the performance. I love his performance so much.
And yes, I know Magnolia. He's incredible in Magnolia.
I still haven't seen it.
He's incredible in Collateral. Collateral is probably his number 2 for me. But Top Gun Maverick is perfection.
Yeah. I can't wait for Final Reckoning.
Final Reckoning. Oh, it looks so good. All right, what's next?
I didn't watch the trailer. I don't want to. Lady Aaron, along with the singing in the cinema, what are your thoughts of people talking photos? We talked about this.
Oh, we talked about
Will someone even go as far as say the posting the final scene on social media? I mean, I think with the world of TikTok, it's like a pretty normal thing now to some people, but it's dumb. Put your phone away. The amount of times I go to a press screening where like Public won tickets and like I still see someone trying to get a picture of the screen. During Smile 2, there was these 2 kids who snuck into the press section after that, but it's like whatever. And they were taking pictures of the entire film on their Snapchat. And there was this dude, there's this bigger, more muscular critic on the opposite side of them.
Me?
That I heard after 30 minutes of this, he turned to them and said, "I'm going to break your fucking phone." Yes. And after that, they stopped. And you know what's funny? Because I didn't really think it was that scary, but I heard them. They were like, "This isn't that scary." Blah blah blah. Dude, the kid next to me looked like he was about to shit his pants. Like legitimately, like looked like he was about to shit his pants.
Good. He should.
So, I hope, sir. I hope you shit your pants when you got home. I hope you walked right inside your house and you fucking shit right out of your pants, right onto the floor too. I hope then your mom walked out and saw what you did and she hit you in the face with the frying pan because that's what you deserve. Fuck you.
All right, what's next?
Lady Aaron. So Zach, how was Thanksgiving for you this year? Quiet. That's about it. Quiet. I Thanksgiving's not like a huge thing. Like I feel like movies make it like a thing where it's like 30 fucking family members all come together to Thanksgiving for me is just a day to remember why I'm thankful for stuff. That's about it.
All right. For me, it was Thursday. All right. Lady Aaron, with Moana 2 now officially out, what is your favorite and least favorite song from the movie? Favorite is Beyond, easily.
Which one is that? Because I'm not good with
the Moana
names.
song.
Okay. Yep, I agree.
And I do love Can I Get a Chee-Hoo? But Beyond is the better song.
That one's fun.
Yeah. My least favorite is the Matangi song, the Bat Lady. It's not a bad song, but to me, it just
I like that one.
It loses in the instruments, in the instrumental side of it. It loses the thing that gives the songs from Moana the cultural identity that they have. And again, I'm not spoiling anything, but that the mid-credit scene, I was like, oh, it's all the weakest parts of both the Moana movies all together in one place. Nice.
Yeah,
so,
Shining.
Yeah, that was the worst
awful.
song in the original for me.
One of the worst Disney songs ever made.
Yeah, I agree. How about you?
Like, it's crazy because I don't think any of the songs in here are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought about Frozen 2 as well. But I thought the songs were more consistent all the way through.
Okay.
All of them are really good to really good.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen, I think, has the more two catchy ones, which is the Olaf and the Let It Go, obviously. So it's funny how like I feel like the parallels there. My favorite is the one that you mentioned, Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
My least favorite, I don't really know. I don't really like have one directly. Some days it's the Maui one when I've kind of gone back and thought on it, just because like nothing will beat You're Welcome. Like I'm just nothing will ever beat You're Welcome. And then other days there was another song, but I can't remember. Like it's just not really that memorable. I can't even remember who sang it. Like I just remember the beat. So, but that's about it.
All right, what's next?
This one's for me. What are your thoughts on the Game Awards nominating or nominations? Have you seen them? Any thoughts on the on a DLC being nominated for Game of the Year? Do you know anything about this?
Nope.
All right, so there's been a lot of controversy.
The best game of the year is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's it.
Well, it didn't get nominated for shit besides best fighting game.
That's why I don't watch the Game Awards.
Actually, I don't even know if it got nominated for best fighting game.
We still need
which is bullshit. It
it.
should have been nominated. It should have been nominated. I don't know if it would have won because of Tekken, and I'm not a Tekken guy. But
Tekken was shit.
Tekken was shit.
Tekken is my lifelong fighting game franchise. I love Tekken before I even knew what a Street Fighter was. I love Tekken before I even knew what a Mortal Kombat was. I pre-ordered Tekken 8. I pre-ordered that sucker in 2023. It finally came out. I beat it in 4 hours. It fucking sucks. Fuck you, Tekken. You disappointing piece of shit. Sorry, continue.
No, please keep going.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
You know, it's funny. My coworker behind me said it's the best Tekken game ever made.
Fuck off. Tekken 3, the first Tekken game I ever had, is better than this one.
Yeah, he was like, dude, you got to get it.
Because he took me weeks to beat it. It wasn't so easy. We're so simple.
Okay, so Dragon Ball did get nominated for best fighting game. So it only got that. That's it. Yep.
Game Awards are shit.
Okay. So the day before the nominations came out, they announced a new rule that add-ons could be nominated for Game of the Year. DLC, downloadable content. Now, the second they said that, everyone's like, well, Elden Ring's add-ons getting nominated. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And that was the controversy. Now, here's the thing. It is one of the best things I've played this year. I put 80 hours into that thing. It was almost, honestly, there's an argument to be made that it was its own separate game, because it basically was. You beat this boss in Elden Ring, you go to this whole new area, and you basically start from scratch. You have all your levels, but there's a whole other leveling system. It is fucking brutal. It took me 3 weeks to beat the final boss. 3 fucking weeks. Every fucking day, I would spend 2 hours trying to beat this fucker, and he would not die. And guess what? The day I beat him, 2 days later, they nerfed him and made him a little bit easier. So fuck you.
So now I can play it.
From software. Maybe. It's still fucking hard. But it got nominated for Game of the Year. Now, I have a list because I do a ranking of every game I've played for the year. It is in my top 5, but there's a reason it's not my number 1. It's because it's a downloadable content. That's what it was made as. There are other games that I think should have been nominated for Game of the Year.
What is your number 1? Unless you're going to make a video about it.
I am making a video, but I'm still undecided on what my number 1 is because it's between 2 different games. But it's either Astrobot or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Both games were phenomenal. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth actually made me super emotional. Astrobot is the most fun I've had playing a game this year. Me and my wife, every night, 2 hours, would play the shit out of that. Ren, if you miss old platformers, this is the best game. You should hands down buy it.
I don't know enough to know if I miss old platformers. But
do you like Crash Bandicoot? Did you play any of those?
Love Crash Bandicoot.
You should absolutely get Astrobot. You should get Astrobot.
Okay.
1000%. Like when it's on sale, buy it. It is literally Crash Bandicoot for the PS5.
Okay. I'm sold.
The thing that I love about it is it's a celebration of PlayStation. So I'm sure you know the Astrobot, the look of him. He's like that.
I know I've seen them, but
here I have my screen. Here,
describe
let me share my
it from
screen.
memory. I don't know that.
I'll share my screen. Don't show these. Here it is. So it's this.
Okay,
that's him. So there's a bunch of Astrobots: Kratos, Ape Escape, Horizon Zero Dawn. So these are all of them. This is Nathan Drake right here. No, this is Ape Escape behind him. But there's 300 Astrobots that you have to save. And a lot of them are dressed as your favorite PlayStation characters throughout the years. You might run into someone from Tekken. You might run into someone from Tomb Raider. Like obscure shit too. Like there were some that I was like, I fucking forgot about that. How'd they get the rights for that? That's not a PlayStation game. And it's so much fun. And the coolest thing is every time you beat like a big level, because it's like Super Mario Galaxy as well. You go to a galaxy, you do levels. Every time you beat a galaxy, you go to a special level that's an old PlayStation game.
Okay.
So one of the levels, you turn into Kratos, you get his fucking Leviathan axe, and you get to go through the level and clear out robots that look like enemies from God of War.
Okay.
It is amazing. But yeah, so I've gone back and forth on what my number 1 of the year is, but Elden Ring definitely would be top 5. If I felt fine putting it, I'd probably put it at my number 2. But it's the same thing as like last year Cyberpunk got a huge add-on and it wasn't nominated for anything. And that changed the game. That literally made it like I already love the game. Now I go back and play it probably once a week. I'll just drive around and fuck around in it because that add-on added so much. So fuck the Game Awards.
All right. Next up. Ooh, lost my spot. Next up, Lady Aaron, thoughts on the first teaser trailer we got for the live-action Lilo and Stitch? It's great. They know, like, it's an announcement teaser. There's like nothing to it.
It's literally for the people who don't know about the movie yet.
It's just them saying, look how well we've nailed the look of Stitch in live action. And they did. Like, he looks really good. They clearly got the spirit of it, the energy. They nailed it. I was able to see it on a big screen because they played it ahead of my Moana 2 screening. They also played the latest trailer for Mufasa, which I went like this for. And then they also played the live action Snow White trailer in full.
Oh,
and
nice.
it looks great. Why am I excited for Snow White?
Yeah, I never thought so. I hate
It
the
looks
original
really
Snow
good,
White
apart
movie.
from the Gal Gadot of it all. Still not a good actress. Other than that, I'm actually very, very excited for Snow White. It's also
It
directed
looks
by
good.
Mark Webb.
Yeah,
You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
hit or miss.
Miss.
Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney animated film of all time. So our house has so much Lilo and Stitch shit. My wife's office is basically all Lilo and Stitch.
It's
like,
true. I have seen
see,
it.
yeah, see. So honestly, this teaser trailer got me a little bit emotional because I just love fucking Stitch so much. So I hope this movie succeeds. I'm so happy that the director Marcel the Shell is directing this. I think that is such a perfect pick. I also will say this: I hope this movie succeeds because then that means we'll get a sequel of his cousins, and I don't think it'll be the same story.
Show on Disney Plus.
That would be yeah.
That
could
all the experiments.
yeah. Okay, I wanted to ask this because me and my wife were discussing. I was like, they're gonna absolutely do a sequel if it makes a lot of money, and Angel will be in it because Angel's just such a big pop culture. It won't be the same story, but what do you think they'll do? It'll be all of his cousins, right?
Angel is in the first one, man.
Oh, you think? Like by the end?
I wouldn't be surprised if they already show us more experiments in the first film.
I don't know how much I can say because I know a lot about the production of this.
So,
but it is
Ganto in the movie?
From my understanding, from when I talked to someone 2 years ago, yes.
Yes. Fuck that character.
But again, that was 2 years ago.
I've ever seen in anything.
That was 2 years ago.
Still, so. I'm excited now because I want.
And he did look the same, by the way. He did look the same.
Fucking love the design of that shark thing.
But I just want to say this: if for some reason he is not in the movie anymore, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. So
all right.
If he's not in the movie, I'm not gonna be happy. By the way.
Next up,
Gantu's amazing.
He is. What's next?
Nathan Holton. Any music recommendation, artists, songs, genres, etc. Right now?
Metal, hard rock, metalcore, movie scores. I don't know. That's it.
For me, Post Malone's country album, still bumping it. I just bought tickets for his fucking concert out here. So
nice. Cool. When's that?
It's in June. It's on a Saturday, but it's in the Cardinals football stadium. So like, it's a stadium. It's gonna be fucking huge. As well as Kendrick Lamar's new album is fucking awesome. GNX. I love it. I love it.
I this year I discovered an artist by the name of Nathan Evans. He's now put an album out called 1994. I really enjoy it. So if you want to check that out, let me know what you think. All right. Next up, have you read Nathan Holton? Have you read any books recently? No, because reading is for nerds. I'm joking. But no, I haven't read anything apart from comic books. Zach?
I don't know how to read.
Okay. What's next? Final question.
Eric Thorpe. How do you think Glicked will fare in comparison to Barbenheimer at the Oscars?
It won't. Glicked is not a thing outside the bubble of Twitter.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Barbenheimer started on Twitter, let's be honest, and it became a real thing. Glicked only exists on Twitter. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why. Even for me, it's weird when people say Glicked, because in my brain, they did not come out at the same time. Gladiator has been out since the 15th of November over here, and most territories in Europe.
Barbenheimer came out everywhere.
Yeah.
Together.
Gladiator only came out on Gladiator 2, that is, only came out at the same time on the same day as Wicked in the United States and Canada, I suppose, because for movie releasing purposes, the Canada counts as US. The Canada? Why did I say the Canada? Canada counts as US. So, unfortunately, Glicked is not a thing. As far as Oscars are concerned, honestly, really like Wicked. really like Gladiator. I almost love Gladiator 2. I don't see either of them doing that well. I can see a lot of technical categories for both. Other than that, not really. Like even this week, we saw. I think it was either Deadline or Variety on Twitter. They were predicting the 5 um, nominations for Best Director, and Ridley Scott was on there. As someone who really likes Gladiator 2, Gladiator 2 is like it's somewhere between my number 10 and my number 20 of the year overall. This is before updating with a few festival screenings still, but it's going to remain very high. I wouldn't put Ridley Scott on there. And he did a belter of a job directing this film. But I wouldn't say he's top 5. He certainly doesn't deserve to be there over Denis Villeneuve, who for some reason was omitted from the list. So what the fuck is up with that? But yeah, neither of them I see doing that well. Nor do I think neither of them deserve to do that well, for that matter. Zach?
In terms of Oscar prospect, I was trying to think of like where I want to start. In terms of Oscar prospect, I don't really think Gladiator. I think it's a technical, but Denzel will get nominated. I think that's.
I don't think he will. I would love it if he did.
Yeah, I'll be shocked. Genuinely, I'll say this: I will be shocked if he doesn't. But you know,
I hope you're right. I hope you are right.
But for Wicked, I think Wicked's getting everything now.
Oh, okay.
I think expect Ariana, expect Cynthia, expect technical. I don't see John M. Chu getting director just because if he's going to get director, he'll get it for part 2. If part 2 is as great as
is the director.
I'm not saying that I agree.
No, I know you're not.
But because I saw those predictions, and when I didn't see Denis Villeneuve's name on there, I said, "The fuck are you talking about?"
If that happens, you guys might see me quote unquote turn against Wicked in January because I'm like, nope, should not be on there. I'm gonna be very mad. Because it's gonna be taking deserving film's rightful spot.
Yeah, I think Wicked gets in everything but director, script. I don't think it can have original song because I don't think any of those were original.
Yeah, no,
and so on and so forth.
Anything, I don't remember the song in Oz being in the show, but I
don't see that one. I don't see that
one. No, I'm not saying it should.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if they can nominate anything, it will be that one, and even that one. Yeah. For what it's worth, I don't remember it being. So we would count it the original, but it's not that good of a song.
But yeah, don't be surprised. I can absolutely see.
I still will be surprised. I probably will be mad.
What do you think? What do you think is top 5? Like automatic? Like these movies will be nominated for a lot of awards.
Dune Part 2, Challengers, Conclave.
I don't think Challengers at all.
I think so.
I hope you're right.
Conclave. Anora, as it should. There's another one. There's another obvious one that I'm missing.
Brutalist.
Yeah, obvious. Yeah, the Brutalist. The Brutalist gotta get there. And wow, that's a movie.
I want to ask you.
That's a movie with another movie on top.
You know what movie I wish would get Best Picture this year? It won't, but I wish. The Wild Robot.
Yeah, that and Inside Out too. But there's no way either of them get it. There's no way both of them get it.
Yeah.
But I would love if that happened.
I'd also like to see The Substance. The Substance I still love so much.
The Substance is such a wild ride. There's a movie. It hasn't come out yet. I would love to see it. It will be nominated for absolutely nothing. That's how many nominations it will get. 0. But I would love to see The Order make some type of dent.
I need to watch it. I have the screener.
Okay, you have the screener? Watch that one. Watch that one before Heretic. Make that one your next one. The Order
This is the one with Jude Law, right?
Jude Law and Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult showing you, oh, this guy's going to fucking nail Lex Luthor.
Dude, I totally forgot. I saw another movie that's absolutely should be nominated for Best Picture. I know you're gonna be jealous once I say it. I saw Nosferatu.
Fuck off.
I'll just leave it at that. I'm not allowed to say anything else. So
Well, you know what? I have something to make you jealous too.
make me jealous.
Oh, in less than a week, December 4th, I will be watching Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim.
Same.
Fuck.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the screening. I don't think I can.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can hold that over.
Haha, I win.
Yeah. No, you got to go to see Tom Cruise in person. He surprised
That's
you.
true.
That's something you will always be able to
That's
hold over.
true. That's whatever happens. I saw Tom Cruise. You did.
Like, dude, that is like.
Now I just need that coconut cake. Give me that coconut
Dude,
cake.
that thing looks good.
No one loves coconut more than me. So give me it. All right, everyone. And with that done, that's it for episode 99. Now I'm trying to get off work next week so we can have a show. Otherwise, we will have to have a show an hour in advance. But next week will be the 100th episode. If you have any suggestions, put it in the live chat. Put it on the comment section when you're watching the replay. Let us know on Spotify. Reach out to us on Twitter, Instagram. Let us know what you want to see from the 100th episode. And until next week, my friends, you all know this is true. Remember, love each other, don't sing at movie theaters, and love the movie.